Want to switch back over to another story we have been following for several years here at 13 News Now. You may have heard that just last week that Virginia Attorney General Jay Jones announced a $2.25 million settlement against a former landlord here in Virginia. His name and his mugshot is right there, David Merryman. So the settlement bans him from renting property here in Virginia. And then he also has to pay tenants for discrimination and abuse. And it comes after he was sentenced to 17 years 2 days ago. He pled guilty to wire fraud, ID theft, as well as discrimination against several of his tenants. And we do know that our assistant news director, Janara Bussey, she actually got a chance to interview this morning the attorney general and ask him about this settlement. So we want to listen to her interview. It was over Zoom that she got a chance to speak with him about. So let's listen into that.
So let's talk about this sort of landmark settlement that you guys just announced last week involving landlord David Merryman of Newport News. So this investigation into sort of his, racist practices and other things that he was doing to his tenants, that started under Attorney General Herring, but then got delayed under Attorney General Miarez. What made you say, okay, we've got to pick this case back up and get a conclusion to it?
Well, over the course of the campaign, I said I wanted to return this office back to the people of Virginia. And that's exactly what we've done. And a big part of that was bringing back people into the office who had started this way back when under General Herring, including Helen Hardiman, who is now our deputy for public advocacy, and Palmer Heenan, who is now our civil rights chief. Those two individuals in particular started this matter back in 2021. And we wanted to conclude it because we knew that there were so many people who had been hurt by David Merryman, and we wanted to make sure that we got justice on their behalf. And that's exactly what our team did. I'm so proud of them to achieve this landmark settlement to make sure that David Merryman does not own property in Virginia anymore, that he divests, that he has to pay this money back and make sure that these evictions that he sought are overturned because he was taking advantage of people and he was not treating them with dignity and respect. And that's exactly what this office is all about.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a case this severe or this extreme when it comes to like housing discrimination?
Not in my experience. And, Helen's background is in fair housing, and she and Palmer and the team worked so hard. We have such a talented group of people who continue to put Virginians first. And that's what this result, I think, really represents. And so, we are putting people on notice across Virginia that we will go after you if you are not treating your tenants properly, if you're not following the rules, if you're not playing by the laws that are on the books as a landlord, we're going to find you and we're going to hold you to account.
We know Merriman has the federal conviction, so he's serving 17 years in federal prison for some of these offenses or things related to this. Do you know of any rumors that, because we're starting to hear that he was trying to get a pardon from the Trump administration on the federal charges?
All I know is that justice was served in the state matter. We held him to account. Again, there are hundreds and hundreds of people who were subjected to this poor treatment by this landlord who were not provided the services that I think everybody should be afforded as a basic, and fundamental right here in Virginia. And we were able to deliver results. And that is the most important thing. So many people get relief and they get closure from a really horrible chapter in our region's history.
Talk about that relief. So we've got $2.25 million that's earmarked to go to the victims. How do they sort of access that funding, and what does that process of distribution look like?
So we'll work with the folks who are, able to benefit from the settlement to get that money. David Merriman has to divest his properties within a year, and he can never be a landlord here in Virginia ever again. I think that is a real strong signal to people who are not playing by the rules that we are ready and willing and able to take action to make sure that we're pursuing justice on behalf of people here in Virginia. This office belongs to them, and that's exactly what this result, I think, demonstrates. And hopefully people across Virginia will be on notice that if you have issues with your landlord, please contact our office. We are here to help pursue fair housing claims under Virginia state law to get results just like this if there are wrongs that we think need to be righted.
Yeah, I think this case definitely sends a message that, there will be an answer to this at the end. Is there any, idea in your office to work with maybe state agencies in the proactive sense of how do we enforce the laws better as things go? Because there were plenty of complaints against Merriman before 2021, before it made it into, state court or federal court. How do we strengthen our state agencies in the meantime so we don't have to get this far?
Well, having the right people in certain positions is really important. It's exactly why I created the public advocacy division when I took over in January, to put all of our affirmative work under one umbrella so that our attorneys and staff can work together and leverage their expertise to get results just like this, to bring in really talented attorneys like Helen Hardiman and Paul Manheener, who have the ability and drive and energy and passion and vision and conviction to go get results like this. That stuff matters, and we didn't see that under my predecessor. He did not care about pursuing justice in this regard. We do, and that's exactly why we got the result that we did against David Merryman.
As you sort of rebuild the civil rights division of the AG's office, it comes at a time where we're not only seeing, egregious sort of violations like this at the state level, we're also seeing less support from the federal level, from departments like the U.S. Department of Education and the Department of Justice as far as investigating discrimination cases. How does your office sort of pick up the slack there, fill the gap?
Well, it's exactly why we've prioritized our Office of Civil Rights to make sure we have the right people in place who are going to pursue justice on behalf of people across Virginia. Those attorneys and our staff are incredibly passionate, and they are ready and willing and able to work with people across Virginia to enforce our laws on the books. When the federal government is not going to do their job, when they are going to leave this massive vacuum for people to step into to commit, that's where we come in to hold everybody to account. It's certainly something that is a priority for me. It's certainly why I hired the folks that I did and why we've prioritized this office as we have. And we just want to make sure that people across Virginia know the work that we are doing and how we can be a resource and an asset to make sure that they are being vindicated if they're being treated poorly or unfairly, or in those cases where they are being subjected to violations of our laws here in Virginia.
And if they do feel like they are being subjected to violations of the law or being discriminated against, what's kind of the first step to reach out to your office?
Well, please go online. You can email our office and you can call our office. We have people who are ready and able to assist and help at all hours of the day. One of the things that I'm really, really proud of is that my office is accessible to the people. We are not closed off. We want to be there. We are a statewide presence, obviously, and I think results like this really do resonate with people from all parts of Virginia in all walks of life. Because I think at some point or another, you have either been subjected to a landlord like David Merryman, or somebody who has been subjected to a landlord like David Merryman, but now you have an attorney general's office that's going to vindicate your claims.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
We're really proud of the folks in our office who were able to achieve this settlement. And again, demonstrating to people across Virginia that we are going to hold bad actors to account. And when we do that, we can have tremendous results for the people.
All right. Attorney General Jones, thank you so much for taking this time with us today. I really appreciate it.
All right. Again, you were just hearing from Virginia Attorney General Jay Jones, again, on that interview with David Merryman, again, as that $2.25 million settlement comes down against that former Virginia landlord. He is serving 17 years. Again, he was sentenced 2 years ago and now must pay that settlement and bans him for being a landlord here in Virginia moving forward.